Hey, 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 you guys. Hold on just a minute. I was talking to a granddaughter and didn't realize it was already after 5 o'clock. I said I was coming live at 5, so I hadn't had time to put my lipstick on. Get y'all down a little bit. Okay, when you hop on, say hello, 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 so I'll know you're here. And we will get started in just a minute. I see some folks are on here. I can't see who it is, because so far I'm not seeing comments. Unfortunately, Rodney doesn't get back until later tonight, so he won't be able to read comments for us. So I'm kind of on my own to do it while I craft. But this is actually a time where I'm not doing a Christmas craft. Hey, Sister Gail Dobbs. How are you, my sis? We have got to plan some time to get together and just quit talking about it. You know what I'm saying. Hope y'all have had a great day and had a great weekend. I did not get to come live on the weekend like I said I was going to. There never seemed to be an appropriate time. And I know sometimes parents don't want their children on live, and so there just was not ever a good time. Yes, we do. So I was hoping to get on there, but it just didn't work. But we had a great weekend, and it's still going. The Grands from Kentucky are still here, and they're going to be here Friday night. I'm going to take them to meet their dad in Paducah, Kentucky, and then they're going to go, let me put this chair back, they're going to go from Paducah to Cape Girardeau, Missouri, where his mom lives. Watching while I'm working on my small trunk. MC style, good for you, sis. And so we have got the girls. I'm going to take them to meet their dad Friday night. They're going to go from Paducah to Cape Girardeau, Missouri, stay until Sunday, I think. Then I'm going back to Paducah to pick them up and bring them back to my house for, I think, another week. They don't actually start in Lexington until the 15th of August. And my grandchildren here start this Friday. So, their mom and dad are both working, of course, in Lexington, so they needed a place to stay. So we did that. They came in on Friday night, and then Saturday we went to the Franklin Rec Center, and they have all these fun slides and water slides and pools and all that. So some of us went there, not all of us, and then some of us went shopping at the Goodwill. And then we ate dinner as a whole big group. And my niece and her husband from Amsterdam came in and met us. He's from Amsterdam. And so they met us. And then we all came back to our house and had cookie cake and ice cream and open presents and just had some fun visiting. It was good that my niece Leanne and her husband Dirk got to see Brittany and Kyle and the girls while they were here. And then Leanne and Dirk actually stayed until today. They just left today. Oh, it looks like I got beat on my eyes. So we did that, and then Sunday, my second to oldest granddaughter, and then the oldest of the two from Lexington, and I went shopping. We were just going to run to Sephora quickly. Yeah. So we got some extra school clothes and some school shoes and some body spray and some lip liner. Just had fun. We ate a little bit while we were at the mall. That's the first time, y'all, I've been shopping at the mall in forever. And I know now why I'm going to do it. I just hate going to the mall. Hate it. And it was tax-free weekend. So, don't you know, every person and their grandmas were all there. And the lines were insane trying to pay. It was crazy. So we did that, and then we came home. We went out for Mexican Sunday night. And then yesterday we pretty well just kind of hung around the house. Rodney had to leave to go to, it is Gail, except it can get you in trouble. Rodney had to go ultimately to Rhode Island, where he did a job today, and then he'll be back later tonight. He thought he was going to have to go to Ohio too, but I think that job's been taken care of. So, today the two youngest grands and I ran to Kroger and picked up some things, and I've been crafting. I'm sure y'all saw the cute little painting, as my 5-year-old granddaughter says, of the little miniatures that she made as a dollhouse. And she wants me to keep it here. So I put it on my Facebook page last night, my business page. If you haven't seen it, go look at it. She was so proud of it. And she did a great job. Thank you for those thumbs up. She loves to craft, you guys. And so then today she made this Norwal animal thing to do ring toss with that she had seen on a video. So she made her own version of it, and I helped her with that. And then she and her sister just made slime. And when I came out to the bus, she was going after another box to do something else, to make another house or something for her parents. So it's just, it thrills my soul to be able to just see them thrive and have fun like that. So anyway, we're going to do something a little different today, something I've never done, but I've been excited about it. For some reason, don't ask me where it came from, but for some reason, I've been in this mood to do something steampunk. And I'm not a steampunk kind of person. Now, I am kind of eclectic and in some ways, but I don't know what the draw is. I just decided I wanted to do something with steampunk. Well, I'm an affiliate with V-Flex, which is a new company. They're listed on my link tree that's pinned to the top of my page. And they have molds, and then they have some decoupage papers. This was one of the decoupage papers I ordered. And I absolutely love it. Now, it could still be considered Christmas, I guess, since I didn't technically do the last 2 days, the 30th and 31st. But I think he's so cute. And see how he's already steampunked out. But what we're going to do is give him some 3D steampunk, and we're going to decoupage him on these that I've showed y'all before. These are 100, well now, more than 100-year-old ceiling tiles from a home of the father of my sister-in-law. So Rodney's brother and sister-in-law that owned the farm, it was her daddy's home. And they had all these fabulous metal, rusty ceiling tiles that they didn't have any use for. And so Rodney took his trailer down there and got a whole trailer full. Y'all, I've given a lot of them away. I still have tons more. But I've been trying to think of what could I do on this piece, or what could I do? And when I looked at that decoupage paper today, I thought, wonder about putting it on one of those tiles. You will be able to see probably that I cut about a ½ inch off either side, a little bit at the top, and maybe more like an inch off at the bottom, so it would fit the paper better. And I used 10 snips. Whew, that's hard on the hands. So here are the leftovers. I didn't dare get rid of them because, you know, we crafters don't get rid of anything. So you can see that wide piece was what was at the bottom. So it was actually like this much bigger. So I tried to trim it down to size. And then I got one of Rodney's drills, and I drilled a hole here and a hole here because I didn't know which I was going to put as the top to put like a hanger through to hang it up. So I've already done this part. Now, I've started fussy cutting, or tearing actually, the sides of this paper because I don't want it to be real even. This is a real narrow edge over here, and I'm trying not to cut too much of it off because I still want this to kind of fit. Let me see if I can tilt y'all down a little bit. I'm supposed to just move this part, he said. So you'll see that I have out here a lot of keys and a lot of steampunk stuff that I have. Thank you for the hearts and the thumbs up. Y'all are the best. I appreciate it so much. That really helps me in the algorithm. So I'm just trying to go right along this edge. I couldn't right off the bat find my water pen, so I was just taking some clean water and a paintbrush, and I'm trying to tear as close to the edge as I can. And then I think what I want to do is to paint the whole metal piece, and I've got several metallics out here. I've got 2 or 3 different golds. I've got some silver. I've got a bronze, and then I've got some black acrylic paint. And what I thought I'd do is kind of use the acrylic paint as the base, and then, but just a little bit of it, and then add some of these metallics in there to see if I can make something like what Kathy DiDomenico calls, hey Carol Haynes, calls the, what does she call it? Old world. She loves that old world look, and she has like 2 colors. One of them, I believe, is a paint pixie color, maybe called copper penny or something, that she mixes with the black. I'm really tearing too much off, and I don't really want all that off. Gail, the paper is from V Flex. If you'll look on my link tree at the top of my page, there's a link there, and I'm an affiliate with V Flex. They're fairly new, and so that's where this paper's from. They're kind of just, you know, really trying to get things built up in their shop, but I really like what I've gotten so far. So I wanted to make something with this so I could show them what it looked like, and also just because I've been into this whole steampunk and junk. Don't ask me why. I really, what Ronnie and I are thinking about doing is starting a monthly kind of a craft box, but I don't want it just to be the crafts that you could go out and get anywhere. Darn it. I'm tearing so much of this off. That's not what I meant to do. I want to have, I've already kind of named it, Steampunk and Junk. And don't anybody go steal that from me. So we're thinking about trying to, stuff like this. Some people call it ephemera when you're doing like junk journals. They call it ephemera. E-P-H-E-M-E-R-A. Ephemera. But I kind of want to do, I don't know that we would necessarily start out doing a subscription box as much as we would just have monthly boxes for purchase until we could see how it goes. And it would not just be like metal stuff and wood stuff like you would think for steampunk and junk. Usually when you think of steampunk, you think of metal or tin or aluminum or whatever. But I was thinking of putting together boxes that would have pieces of antique lace, things like this, old door handles or door, what am I trying to say? The things that hold them on, whatever those are. You know, the crystal doorknobs, the old crystal doorknobs, old clothespins like I used the other day when I made that angel. I would take that kind of stuff in a heartbeat. You would, Sherry? Cool. Well, I'll keep that in mind because I think something like that would just be different enough. People can get their own surfaces at places like Hobby Lobby or Goodwill or whatever. And we all pretty much have access to ribbon and paint and, you know, things like that. And you can go on some of these other websites and be able to get your Would You Bend or Formflex or whatever. But a lot of people don't necessarily get out and go to places where you would find a lot of steampunk stuff. So I thought that would be so much fun. Yes, anything vintage. I think that would be so much fun. So we're thinking about doing that. So maybe this is kind of the test run, if you will, to see how it's going to be. Let me show you this other one. This is not from V-Flex, but I'm going to be doing this one closer to Halloween. This is from LC Decoupaged. I think I got this off of Etsy. And look at her. She's fabulous. We could stickle up her eyes and have all sorts of fun with that. So I'm excited about doing something on that. Okay, let me get the colors over here that I picked out. And I'm going to get my little palette knife here. And you can see that I've got black in the center. So I'm just going to keep the black there. I'm going to mix a little copper in there. And I just grabbed what metallics I had and put them out here on the plate. I actually have, I think I turned my camera around so I could show y'all the different colors, and I will hold them up in just a minute so you can see who they're by, or take a screenshot if you want to. But you see it's dulling down that black. I don't think I'm going to have enough in here, so I'm probably going to have to add, make a bigger pile. But I don't want this to be just a jet black background. And once we put this on, if we hold the paper up there and see that it's going to be too dark for the paper to show, then I may have to go back and paint the center white. I hope not. I hope it's going to look really cool like this, because I've always wanted to do something like this. But you really don't know. And normally when you're decoupaging, you do want a white background, because it makes the decoupage paper show up so much better. Can y'all see how that's kind of turning colors? I'll hold it up for just a minute. Let's put some of this metallic, whatever it is, silvery metallic. That's pretty. I mean, mix it, mix it. It's like mixing the icing for a cake. But that's really a pretty color. Can y'all see that? Isn't that pretty? Maybe a little more of the bronze. And since I'm not going with just straight black, it might actually work out okay. But it's, you know, you kind of get a color in your mind that you can't just necessarily buy a store-bought paint to look like that. So when I took watercolor classes, you know, that was one thing. She spent a lot of time with us on color theory and how to know which paints to mix together. I have this yucky one over here that has just a little glitter, and I shook it and shook it and shook it, and it still came out like that. So I'm just going to scrape it over here into it and see what happens. I hope that wasn't a mistake, but I think it's got a little glitter in it. And if you, I think my granddaughter's boyfriend might be out there mowing. I didn't know he was coming today. No, that may just be the airplane. If you remember when I held this thing up, and I'm going to hold it up again and show you, it's got ridges in it. So I'm going to try to smooth the decoupage paper down over it so that it'll go down into those ridges, because y'all know I love texture. Thank you, Michelle. How are you? Okay, so this is really like Kathy D likes, an old world look. Okay, y'all see that? Almost has a coppery, bronzy, silvery. So let me show y'all the paints that I used, in case you want to take a screenshot. This is Folk Art Metallic Antique Copper. Is it still backwards? I had it turned. Sorry, guys. Folk Art Metallic Antique Gold. Folk Art Metallic Gold. Let's see if I can reach right here and turn the camera around. Hold on. Wait, hold on. I think I can do it. Yep. Okay. So let's try that again. Folk Art Enamel Metallic Gold. Folk Art Multi-Surface Antique Gold by Plaid. Folk Art Metallic Antique Copper. I used Folk Art Metallic Royal Gold. I used, this is Americana multi-service metallic chocolate. That's the one that had the little granulating things in it. I turned it upside down and shook it a lot, but I'm not so sure it all got out. Then this is a Martha Stewart metallic, acrylic metallic, but it doesn't, oh, champagne. That's the one that kind of looks silver. And then this is Folk Art multi-surface fire opal. So basically, I put, you can still see that the Martha Stewart one, I still have a lot left, oops, a lot left of that I didn't use. But let's just start putting this paint down here and see what we think about it. If I can find a decent brush. When I cleaned up in here for my niece and her husband to come, I really cleaned up, y'all. I cleaned up so much that I can't find stuff that I need. So, I've got a brown, oh, I see it up here. Hold, please. Oh, I was going to turn this air off too, so y'all wouldn't have to fight with the air conditioner. It gets a lot better sound if we have that turned off, and I totally forgot to do that. Also, I want to show y'all the, remember when I did the watercolor mixed media Santa face the other day, and we were putting the molding paste on it for the beard and the mustache and the eyebrows, and I told you that it tended to turn gray when it dried? Well, let me show you. See? It probably doesn't look as gray to you as it does to me, but it definitely is not as white as it was. So I'll be going over that with some white acrylic paint. Okay, let me see if I can get back to my comments now. Okay. Alrighty, so let's put this on and just see what we have. It sure is a pretty color, I'll tell you that much. I almost hated to cover up that rust, but it's going to have the paper over it anyway, so you wouldn't really see the rust on here. But I love these old rusty tin ceiling tiles. There's so many possibilities, and when my husband told me about them, I mean, without hesitation, I was like, yeah, I want them. Of course I do. And then I hadn't even seen them at that point. And then when he came home with them, I was in love. Of course, the wheels started turning. What am I going to be able to do with all these tiles? And what I would love to do, if I can figure out a way, or not figure out a way, just make the time, because I can't say finding the time. Everybody has the same hours in the day, right? What I would love to do is to, what is that? I guess it's a piece of metal. To do the outside of my art studio, at least the roof. But I would love to put these tiles all on the outside of my tiny house art studio. I think it would look so cool. My husband would know how to do that. I wouldn't even know where to start, but I think that would be a long project and probably not something I want to do in the summer. But I think in the winter that might be, or in the fall before it gets too cold, a fun thing to do. Okay, can y'all see how this is looking? Thank you, Michelle. So we will get this on here and dry it and then see what the paper's going to look like. And if you're going to be able to really see through it, or if I'm going to have to go back over the other part with white. And if I do, basically this will have been for naught, because the paper is almost the exact size as this tin. So I would have made this paint up and used it for nothing. But that's okay. You don't know until you try. And it's still got some rough edges. I think I'm going to do the edge of it in some rope, and that will help it not be so hard on the hands if somebody picks it up. Thank you, Gail. If somebody picks it up. But I nicked myself a couple of times, not bad, when I was trying to cut them with those aluminum or whatever they are, snips today. So I thought to myself, probably what I should do is put the border on first, so when I'm doing the decoupage, I won't run my fingers over a sharp edge. But maybe I can just be careful. So tomorrow morning, I'll be on Craft Round the Clock at 9 o'clock, I think. I posted it on my page. No, I posted on my page about what I'm going to do Friday. It's either 9 to 9:45 or 9:45 to 10:30. I think it's 9 o'clock Central Daylight Time. And the way that works is I go live on my page, but Craft Around the Clock then will stream me into the Craft Around the Clock page. And if you haven't joined Craft Around the Clock, please do so, because it's a fabulous place to go and watch some absolutely amazing crafters and get some great inspiration and ideas. So watch for that on tomorrow. I don't even know what I'm going to do tomorrow. And then I think then I'll just be back on my page on Thursday. I put a schedule. I finally came up with a schedule and pinned it to the top of my page too. So I'm going to try to start doing that each week. That'll hold me accountable too and get me off my derriere to do it. And then on Friday, I'm going to also be on Craft Around the Clock, streaming from my page. But we're going to all be going on location, different places. So there's a small little, it's not really an antique shop per se, but it's just kind of like a giftable or a fun little shop not far from me. So I think I'm going to go live there. I'm going to check it out between now and then to make sure that they're still open. I just have a 30-minute time slot. So anyway, okay, so let me move this to the side. Ooh, that got hot, hot, hot. Did I get it all dry? Not totally, mostly. Ooh, no, not down there. Hold on, y'all. Let me smooth this out a little bit and then dry that part. I had a big old bubble right there that needed to be popped. My friend Vicky called yesterday. She got her MRI report back, and there's been no new growth. And what is there is just stable, so it looks like it responded well to the radiation, so we're excited about that. This paper, by the way, that I got from V-Flex is called Steampunk Stag. It's actually created by dragonflycrafts.uk. It was printed in the UK. I got it from V-Flex, which is linked on my link tree. Okay, so I can lay this up here now and at least see what it's going to look like. And y'all, I think it's going to be fine. I don't think it's going to make a bit of difference. If I painted it white, I don't think it would be any different at all. Y'all see? Isn't that so cool? So, I want to get out my Deb's Design Diary DIY liquid patina to put this on with. And like I said, we're going to do it in bits and pieces so that we can hopefully keep it smoothed out. This is always my problem, especially when my husband is not here. Ugh. I used to be really good at keeping Vaseline around the edge of things like this. And then I just got out of the habit and forgot. And then every time something like this comes up, I say to myself, you need to do that next time. And I don't. Help. Send out an SOS. I need help. Oh, Gail says hit it with the dryer. Okay. Okay, I will. Smart woman you are. That was brilliant. Maybe. I'll let you know how brilliant you are in a minute. else is on here, please say hi and let me know you're here. Let me know what you're doing. Oh, it worked, Gail. You're so smart. All right, I'm going to rinse this brush because I want to use it. So let me get all this stuff out. You're so smart, my sister Gail. Y'all, Gail does absolutely gorgeous work on furniture especially. You need to go over to her page. I don't think she has a business page, do you, Gail? Hey, Mickey, how are you, sis? But she does a lot of MC inspired for her own personal use, not for sale, items. And she's so talented. And also, if y'all did not know this, she's like a concert pianist. And she's been teaching piano for years and years. No, just on Debbie Riggs' page. And she still teaches students back in Texas where they moved from. And she does it like via Zoom. I think that's so cool. Hey, Sandy Cooper from Columbus, Ohio. We've been up there a lot lately in that area. My husband, that's part of his territory. So, yeah, next time I'm through there, you and I need to get together. Which brings me to remind you guys, if you haven't joined my Telegram, it too is pinned under featured at the top of my page. You can go there and just click on the Telegram link. If you haven't downloaded Telegram app, it's free, but you'll need to download that. That's the best way for you to know when I'm going live, because I just send out a mass telegram. And if you're not a follower, we would love it if you would follow us on Crafting and Cruising. We have so much fun here. And I got to decide which way I want to turn this. So we would love for you to hit the follow button. And I'm going to ask all of you who are on here, when we get off, check your settings and see if you're still following Crafting and Cruising, because I've been telling y'all that Mr. FB's been going through and just randomly turning some people's notifications off. Another reason to have Telegram. All right, I'm trying to decide which way I want to turn this tile, because the paper is going to lay differently. And I think if I start basically right at the bottom and work my way up, I'll be okay. So let's go. I know it's just, you know, it's still the best platform, and I love it, and I love being a part of it, but it's very frustrating when people will get on and say, I had no idea you were even going live. And, you know, we'll say, well, check your notifications. Well, I got my notifications turned on. And then they go and check, and they said, nope, now my notifications aren't on. Why? I don't know. I don't know what the whole purpose of doing that is, and making people just check it all the time, which is an inconvenience. But that's why I say, again, Telegram is the easiest. And I've been asking my followers to please PM me, or to email me at craftandcruise@gmail.com. Spell out the word and. Your email address, which I'll never share with anybody else. But in the event that something were to happen to this platform right here, or to happen to my page on this platform right here, I need a way to get in touch with you to let you know where to find me next. So if I have your email, it's a whole lot easier for me to reach you that way and say, hey, I'm going to be on Instagram, or I'm going to be on YouTube, or whatever. And again, because Telegram is not a part of FB, then, you know, I'm not as worried about them not getting the word out and you not getting the Telegram as I would be your notifications being turned off. So I can tell that some of this paper is going to wrinkle. That is totally fine with me. I think that just adds to the steampunk look. So, when I say the word, or when you hear the word steampunk, tell me what image comes in your mind, or what would you consider steampunk? I'd be interested in knowing what other people consider steampunk to be, because I don't know that we would all necessarily define it the same way. I mean, the stuff I have laying out here, I think we would all agree would be steampunk. Gears, you know, things like gears and, gosh, I don't know, nuts and bolts. I think of nuts and bolts as being steampunk. What in the world ever got me interested in steampunk? Don't ask me. I do not know. Normally that would not be me. But suddenly it has become me, I think. It's looking good from Washington, D.C. Thanks, honey. So what do y'all, I need some answers in the comments. What do y'all think of when you hear the word steampunk? What would that mean to you? If somebody told you they wanted you to go buy them something steampunk, what kinds of things would you look for? Let me turn around so y'all can see so far. See how I'm just pushing it down in the ridges of that tile? Love it. Waiting on y'all to tell me what steampunk means to you. I had my coaching group today, and one of the things we talked about was our back office for our Facebook business, and she was telling us what some of the different categories mean or what they had to do with, and she emphasized what, of course she keeps up with it being kind of a coach, she emphasized what kinds of things Facebook, quite the elaborate deer it is, looks for in pages to keep pages to the top of the algorithm. I'm sure most of you all know by now, if not all of you, that really it's a bot thing. It's whatever the bot picks up on. There's not human beings sitting over there, you know, watching the millions of people who have Facebook pages and deciding whether or not they think they should be high in the algorithm. But the bot picks up on when people are liking, sharing, commenting. You'll see people on here that say, I sprinkled you out, or I shared the inspiration. I think somebody had come up when we were trying to think of what we were going to say on ours. Somebody had come up with the idea that we would say spread the inspiration maybe, or something like that. So the bot picks up on all that. It watches for the hearts and the emojis. It watches for interaction, basically, is what it wants. So even if that's not interaction with me, just like right now, Rodney's talking to Gail, and he said hi to Mickey, and, you know, if Mickey and Gail were to engage in a conversation, it doesn't have to be about what I'm doing. It's just the fact that people are engaged with one another, engaged with our page, engaged with us. And so the bot goes, oh, well, there must be something here to this page, because these people are talking to each other, and, you know, they're sending emojis, and they're making comments, and, you know, they're not just sitting there observing. So interaction, I think, is like a key word of what the bot is actually looking for. It also will make some mistakes sometimes. It'll shut a person's page down for literally nothing. Like they literally did not say anything or do anything. But for some reason, they'll find out that their page is shut down. And unfortunately, there are many, many scammers this day and time who are just really enjoying copying people's pages and, you know, using pictures and stuff that are not theirs. I'll give you a prime example. This morning, I think it was this morning. Was it yesterday morning or this morning? I think it was this morning. I'd already had a couple of people, and I'm just going back on top of this with the Deb's Design Diary DIY to give it some more coverage. It's not totally adhering underneath, so I'm putting a little bit more on top. So I've already gotten 2 or 3 people sending me through Messenger these messages saying, I would love to, oh, I see you are Facebook verified, which we can talk about in a minute if you don't know what that means. But they say, I see you're Facebook verified. And because of that, me and my company would love to advertise on your page. We pay you blah, 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 whatever the amount is. Hey, Sandy. And so what they're, and then they're, you know, would you be interested in more information? And then some of them will tell you, you know, we represent Nike, and, you know, they'll name all of these companies that they supposedly represent when they run ads on people's pages. Well, most of the time, I just block them, ban them, and block them. I don't even respond back. But this morning, I got awakened at like 5 o'clock in the morning with bells and whistles going off on my phone. And I rolled over and I picked it up. And it was this attractive girl's picture on there. I'm sure stolen as well. She, you know, the same spiel. Basically, word for word, same spiel, you know. Saw your Facebook verified, would love to advertise on your page. And then she skipped down before she put the next paragraph on there, but she had she had copied one of my posts where, just in the past few days, where I said something about, you know, just because you may not think something is a sin doesn't mean it's not a sin, or something like that. Anyway, she had copied and pasted that to her messenger message to me. Then she put another paragraph about what all she had to offer. And then she had gotten on my page one of the pictures I had posted of one of my granddaughters at the water park. And then she continued, you know, with her little spiel about stuff. It made me so angry. So I immediately sent her a message and I said, first of all, remove that picture. You had no permission to do that. Second of all, no, I'm not interested in you advertising on my page. And then I banned, blocked, and deleted her. So she can't come on there again. She really crossed the line when she, you know, did that. I wouldn't have even been as upset if she had just posted the thing that I had said about sin on there, even though she wouldn't have put that if she'd not seen it on my page, which is exactly, she was trying to make me think, oh, this is so sweet. She's been on my page and she's looked around and, oh, they want to advertise on my page. And then they'll send you a link and you can, no. So, you know, what they don't realize is that many of us are smarter than that, and we've kind of got their number. And so, there's no way on God's green earth I would let somebody do that. You can run ads on Facebook. You can pay Facebook to run ads for you on your behalf. I'm not going to do it. I'm not that size page yet. Now, if I ever got to that size page, I might consider it, but I'm not considering it now. Somebody like Chris Hunter, Debbie Rigg, Kathy D, Crafty Brother, Shane with Frame It, Contain It, Beth with Rekindle Blessings. Those people can do that because they're big enough pages. I'm not going to fall for it. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Yes, it's kind of rough around the edges, but I think I did a pretty good job of trimming the rough part away. Now comes the fun part of punking it out. I was going to say zhuzhing it up, but let's punk it out. So, I have got some chain. And see, he already has chain on here in the image, which is pretty, but this by itself just doesn't do anything for me. But I think if we were to add some three-dimensional things to give it some oomph, we might like it better. I'm going to see if I can tilt y'all up just a little bit so that, there we go, I can see you and what I'm working on. I think somebody's coming in my door. A little girl.
I need to get a paintbrush.
Huh?
I need to get a paintbrush.
You need to get a paintbrush?
Yeah. I need a paintbrush.
Can you hand me that brown bag right there? Hold on, y'all. 3D it up. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. How big a one do you need?
I just need like a big one.
Like this big? Oh.
I think I need this one.
Okay. Be careful now, because I want you to clean them really good when you get through so Lolly can reuse them.
Okay.
When you go back inside, would you please blow your nose?
Okay.
Thank you. I've been talking about your project you made. Is that what you're using the paintbrush on? Are you making another one?
Yeah, but it's different.
It's different? That's okay. We can still post pictures of it. Bye.
It's like it, but it's different.
So much fun. Okay. Hey, Kat, how are you? Okay, so I think what I want to start out with first. Now, granted, my chains are thicker. I don't care. I don't care. So I think what I want to do is to, I cannot get the little top off of my stick fast. So I have to totally undo it and pour some out. I think I'm going to use hot glue too for the quick stick, but I think I'm going to use B7000 for the permanent stick, because this is going to kind of get weighted, and I don't want to have to keep gluing this stuff on. So let me get my B7000 out here and see what we can do with this guy. So if I need to cut, I guess I probably should measure first to see how much. And I've got some gold and I've got some silver. I still hadn't seen anybody put down what they think steampunk is. Okay, let's just cut this one off, or pull it off. How about that? Let me put some B7000 right here on this little chain. And I don't really remember how far down I need to go, so I may have to add more. Okay, so see, I just put some chain right there where there was already a thin chain. And there's a little piece up in here. I'm thinking about changing over to the silver, because I think, you know, it's steampunk, right? So shouldn't it have like different metals on it? Does it all have to be the same metal if it's steampunk? I don't think so. Because remember what my art teacher said, I'm the artist, I'm in charge. Right? I'm not in charge of your artwork, but I'm in charge of mine. You are, Gail? Just wait, sister. We got a lot of stuff to put on here. And like I said, I have no earthly idea why I got interested in steampunk. That is not something that I would have ever thought I would be interested in. And I'm sure it's just a, you know, just a passing phase. Okay, let me see. I need another tiny piece right there. Got this kind. Let's see if we can get like just a small piece. Got all my tools out here. Right now, I went downstairs today, if you're still on here. I went downstairs today and drilled a hole in the top and bottom of this because I wasn't sure where I wanted to put like a hanger. And then I ran it on one of your sanders to kind of sand it down a little bit. And I thought, I'm a big girl. I'm down here. Hey, Shelly Stacklin. I'm down here in his basement. He's not anywhere around. And I'm just using his stuff like I know what I'm doing. But sometimes that's how you learn best, isn't it? Just trial and error. And hope you don't cut your finger off or shave your finger off when you're sanding or whatever. Okay, I said I was going to use hot glue too, and so far I hadn't done it. Okay. So we got a little chain going on, a little chain gang. I think I will put just a drop of hot glue right there. And maybe a little line over here to attach this one. That middle one seems to be doing pretty good. I know I don't have on finger protectors, but y'all, it's especially handling little stuff like this, it's hard with finger protectors. Okay, now I want to put, and one of these packages of stuff I have said, here it is. Watch parts. Get altered watch parts. It's by Tim Holtz, I think. Not sure. So, see, to me, again, that's steampunk. Now I do, there's a little bird right there in the paper, and I have a little gold bird right here that I thought about, thank you Shelly, that I thought about putting right here, but then I also have this big dragonfly. I could. I don't know, can y'all see the dragonfly? Do you like the dragonfly even though it's got a bunch of bling in it, or do you like this little, oops, gold bird? Let me see if I can turn this around maybe this way and put the bird right there. Dragonfly, Shelly says. You like the dragonfly, Shelly? Is it not too blingy for steampunk? Shelly, you tell me what steampunk means to you. Nobody else is answering me. I want to know your thoughts on steampunk. Maybe put this one around like that, or I like it like that. Shelly, what do you think steampunk means? Or what does it mean to you? I think it would be a blast going through people's shops and basements and garages and workspaces and just going through and saying, okay, I want a box of all of this stuff. What are you going to charge me? And then be able to put them in boxes to send to y'all. I kind of think the dragonfly is too big, though. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I have a little butterfly. Unfortunately, I cut part of his wing off. I have that, and I have this little angel that I could put on there. I also have just a clock. Put the clock right there. Oh, but I was talking about up here where the bird is. I think I actually do want the clock right there. Let's put the clock down. I think steampunk is about the era of machines using all the fixings for decor. Good idea. So that would include nuts and bolts and all these things like these watch parts I have, just kind of random ephemera, they call it, I think, when they're doing scrapbooks. Okay, now, these little eyes right here, I have 2 of these little clasps, like you hook your necklace around your neck with. And I thought that would be kind of cool to put around the eye. I don't know, you guys. Let's see. I have some watch hands here. Get away, get away. That might be too big. Let's see. Where's that other one I had? Y'all keep putting ideas in there for me. I'm going to look up in just a minute. I had 2 of these. Where's the other one? Oh, here it is. Look, I can't really hold it up or it'll slide. Y'all like that little thing around his eye? Hey, Kathy Sanders. Yes, nuts, bolts, all the parts. Okay. Do y'all like that little thing around his eye? That little attachment thing? Yes or no? Say yes or no, and I'll know what you're talking about. Yes or no? Thinking about putting this big piece of chain right here. This would be like a Mr. T starter kit. Nah, I don't like that. How about this chain? Victorian era industrialism. I googled it. Yeah. Yeah, I knew that's what it technically was. I just wonder what it means or what kind of connotation it brings to crafters. It's kind of cool. Maybe cut the top loop off. Okay. Shelly says cheater. Well, it wasn't a test, Shelly, or she would have gotten an F for Googling. I'm going to let it slide this time, but Gail Dobbs, this is your warning. This is something I'll cut. Man, that is some hard metal right there, I tell you. I think I need some bolt cutters for this chain. Oh, I'm getting it. Oh, I got it. Whew. My thumb may not be the same, but okay, I'm going to put this chain down and then we're going to go on to, and you'll notice I'm putting like the B7000 and wiping the tip off, but I'm not going to put the hot melt on top of the B7000 because if I do, it won't stick. Can't really mix your glues, which is hard to do, especially when you got these little strings coming out of this hot melt glue tool, we will call it. Careful of what we say. Put some more down there. Get my tweezers up here so I can lift it up and put it down in the hot melt glue. Now we'll have to put some kind of something right there for sure. Okay. Did I ever hear anybody say, oh, they said cut the thing off of the top part off of the eye, maybe. Now, were you just talking about these little weird little things down here or the actual hook? Gail or Shelly, whoever said that. cut the actual hook off or just those? You did, Sherry? Fun. No, the little loop. Well, that's what's supposed to go around his eye. Okay, I can break one of these, this loop off and see, but that's not going to leave much of the piece. Okay. Oh, in fact, it didn't leave hardly anything of the piece. All right, let's put this up here and see. Like maybe to outline his eye. I don't know. We may have to wait on that part. Nah, we're gonna wait on that. Could have put it around his nostrils too. Oh, that would have been cute. Around his nostrils. Let me see if I have another. That's so cute. See if I have another one of those little doohickeys. I don't think I do. I have to find another one. That's cute around his nose. I think we have to do that, y'all. Bye, Rodney. See you when you get home, honey. Okay. So, I'm going to put that around that nostril. That is too cute. Okay. I also have these little things. Look. I have some watch hands. Silver and black. Where am I? I have these little charms that have little girls on them, women on them. I have keys. I have bees, keys and bees. Okay. Man, I need another one of those hooks for his other nostril. Okay. Let me see. See, I thought about putting like a bee up here in his horns. And maybe a butterfly sitting up here on one of the horns. In the little crook of the horn. What do y'all think of that? Rudolph the ring-nosed reindeer. Round out the ring-nosed reindeer. Yeah, I've got to round out the ring-nosed reindeer. I can't leave him like that. That's no count. Okay. What do y'all think about the butterfly and the bee on there? And then what if we put this little gold bird? It's got a bird right there that's going to be bigger than this bird, but what if we put the gold bird up there and put something around him? I think I keep going back to that same little thing right there. Can y'all see that? You like the butterfly? What does that say? Won't be cooking. Gotta go. DoorDash won't be cooking for 2 weeks plus 4 more weeks. Back surgery schedule August 15th. Be right back. Okay, sister. I thought some of these keys or these watch hands would be cute too. Wonder if I can bend the watch hands. Yeah, I could bend the watch hand and glue it down on one of the antlers. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? I mean, y'all, this is steampunk, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It's gotta be fun. That's what crafting should be anyways, fun. It's a stress release for me for sure. Now, I'm getting ready to take the plunge and order skincare from Korea. My daughter, who's an esthetician, has been using this skincare that is fabulous. Oh gosh, I gotta glue that back down. Korean women, I don't know if you've ever looked or noticed or not, but Korean women have the most beautiful, even, young looking skin of anybody. And she found this line she wanted to try. And so I thought, oh, you know what? This still has some plastic on it. And I thought, you know what? I'll let her try it and then tell me how she likes it before I decide if I'm going to do it. And so she got it and has loved it. And being an esthetician, that says a lot. So then she got some samples and gave me some samples of it, and I used it. Man, my skin felt, well, that just came right off. My skin felt so good. I loved it. So I think I'm going to take the plunge, because y'all, I'm not getting any younger. I don't know about y'all. Maybe y'all are, but I'm not getting any younger. And I abused my skin when I was younger by just not taking care of it like my mother tried to get me to do. So now I got to try to do something that will maybe make it look a little better. And this stuff is like, it feels like silk on your skin. It's amazing. Amazing. Now that's cute. Oops, I forgot those things were on there. Okay. So he's got a little watch piece on that side. And then I've got one I can put on the other side that's kind of silverish. Isn't it funny how stuff just kind of poofs into thin air when you want it? There it is. Okay. Oh, actually, it's black on this side too, so I can remove this plastic this time before I put it on. I made some albums. I got some old record albums, and I poured paint. And then I got the numbers. Thank you. I got that. I got some numbers, some clock numbers, and I made clocks out of them. Put batteries in them, and the poured paint was so pretty. I've got some down in my studio. I may do that on a live sometime because I hadn't done that in years. But it was really pretty. So I had a lot of watch hands from when I was doing that little number. Okay, so let me hold that down, get the extra glue off. And then right there on that circle, I'm going to take one of these little gears. And see, I have all these little gears. These are from Tim Holtz. You get them in all different sizes. Some of them are gold, some of them are silver, some are filled in, some are not. They're just great to craft with. I'd like to see that. Yeah, I'll show you. It's really cool. I've got one hanging in my house, and then I did an art show at City Winery in downtown Nashville years ago, and I had a couple there that sold. And then I still have a bunch of albums and just hadn't done anything else with them. You know how you just kind of go through phases of you do something and then after a while you're like, okay, I'm over that now. I'm going to go on to something else. And then sometimes you can circle back and do them again. That's not staying down very well. So let's add a little more glue to it and hold it down with my tweezers. Okay, let's see. Who else is on here? Okay, so now he has two watch hands on his antlers. Now I also have a black and white butterfly from Totally Dazzled. Should I put the black and white check on there somewhere instead of the other butterfly since its wing is broken? Or should I just use the one with the whompy jaw wing and maybe add something to it to make it look a little better? Layer it. And then I have a bee. Totally Dazzled bee. So what do y'all think? Should I use some black and white? And I've got some more black and white too if I needed some more pieces. I've got a square. I've got a little round piece. But I'm not sure black and white really goes. I don't like that, do y'all? I don't really like that. So we're not going to do that. Okay, let's see where I could put this piece. That's kind of fun. Or I could put it on his hat right here. That's fun if we can find some more pieces to add to it. Let's do that. I like that. Plain metal butterfly with broken wing. Okay. Y'all, there's some show my niece was telling me about. I wish she was on here. I think she said it's on Netflix, and it's a female comedian. I never heard of her, but she said she is a hoot. She said you've got to get on there and watch her. So once the grandchildren have gone home and I can, you know, watch shows that are maybe not necessarily kid friendly, I want to watch it, but I don't remember what her name is. I can't remember. Okay, let's see where this little butterfly needs to go. And he's kind of cute right there. Put a gear on the butterfly at an angle. Good idea. Good idea. Cover up that little boo-boo I made trying to take the extra loops off of him. Y'all, I'm so ready for summer to go bye-bye. This heat, oops, this heat is no bueno for me. I don't like it. That's not holding very well. I don't like it at all. It's just too muggy and too hot. Nobody wants to be outside. Unless you're in the pool, and we don't have a pool to swim in, so that reminded me of something when I said we don't have a pool to swim in. Do y'all know what I'm thinking? My grandmother used to say this: don't have a pool to swim in, don't have a pot to... That. Isn't it funny, the things we remember from our childhood? Okay, we're getting there. Isn't that fun? It's getting old, this heat. You're not kidding. Oh, I do not like it. Oh, look, here's a little clock itself. That might be cute up there with the bird on top of it. Let's see, where's 12? 12's up there. Could do this and then put the gold bird. Of course, I've got a clock down below it, so I don't know. Open to suggestions. Waiting to hear from somebody. I need to put some things down here on these. I have these little, look at these little things. I have little rhinestones in them, like teardrops. Thank you, Kathy. Have a good night. I think I'm gonna put some of these down there. Let me get some of this extra glue off. You know, I gotta think of something to do. What's tomorrow? Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday I'm doing Craft Around the Clock. So I have 45 minutes. I gotta think of a project to do in 45 minutes on Craft Around the Clock, and I hadn't even started thinking about it. So that's not good. When the grandchildren are here, I'm so focused on them and trying to make sure they're taken care of and happy and all the things that it's hard for me. I'm a one-track mind girl. And now that I've done Christmas in July, I'm kind of over Christmas for a little while. That'll pick back up. Y'all know me. But I am kind of ready to start fall. I did at Hobby Lobby the other day, I did get some pumpkins. Some of those paper, well, they're not really paper mache. They're more like, they didn't have the brown paper mache ones. These are more of a plasticky. And I like to put fabric on the outside and stuff it down the center after I cut the top center off. And so I've got some fabric already. I probably need to get a little more, but I'm ready. I think I got 3. So I'm ready to start doing those and get ready for fall. I have to get the bus all ready before we go to Gatlinburg for a week in October. And that's when, sorry y'all, I'm trying to get all this grunge off here. That's when Ronnie and I are the hosts. So I want my rig to look really decorated. A lot of people don't do that, but I do. Okay, let me put this one. Right there. I don't know how Kathy D makes those little glue dots, twisting her glue around. She makes the coolest glue dots. Have y'all ever seen those? She is amazing with those glue dots. And they look like professional, like they've been there all along. I think something like this would be cute in a man cave. Just hanging up on a rustic wall. It'd even be cute just in a bathroom. I don't know. I just think it's something different and unique that would have several possibilities. My husband, if he doesn't come up with a stringless glue, Denise, my sister, how are you? Mickey, how are you? Denise, I don't know what has gotten into me, sister, but I have decided that I want to do some steampunk. Hold on, I'll show you. Don't ask me where it came from, where I got the idea to do steampunk. I have no idea. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Thank you. I love you, sister. You were so good on the Crafty Bunch. I was so proud of you. Y'all, she did her debut last night on the Crafty Bunch, and she did amazing. You really did. I'm not just saying that. You would not have even thought you were the least bit nervous. You just seemed calm, cool, collected. And I thought, would you look at her go? She did so good. Y'all, I'm determined I'm going to use this little piece somewhere. It just keeps jumping out at me. I could use it right there around that little gear. Yeah, let's do that. You're so welcome. It's so true. We were all proud of you. There's a lot of people that say, oh, I wish I could just get the courage to go live. And Denise will tell you, she was in those shoes at one time. I was in those shoes at one time. And I've been in front of crowds. I used to sing on a praise and worship team at my church. And so being in front of people and singing and stuff like that, being in front of crowds just doesn't bother me. But when I got ready to push that live, that first time, I thought, oh my goodness, what have I gotten myself into? And then I realized, you know what? When I look up there, all I'm seeing is my face. I don't know. Are you coming to Pinners in Phoenix in November? I'll be there. Y'all, I kind of want to use a key. Let me see. I don't like that one, though. I have this one. I think it's from Totally Dazzled. I love it. And I think it's a little too frou-frou. I have a little bitty one. Oh, I actually have 2 small ones. Y'all, I'm knocking stuff off with my elbow over here and dropping it on the floor. Nah. All right, now I gotta put something on the top of this chain too. I love this piece, but it's too big. Yeah, it's too big. Wonder if I could put a key. That would cover all that up. Maybe this little silver one. Nah, that covers it up too. When you start doing things like this, it's just trial and error. I could put this little bee sitting right here, y'all look. He didn't really add much, does he? What? Then Beth and Randy's in April of next year. No, you're not. And I won't be at OKC, and I won't be at Beth and Randy's. Dadgummit. Sister. No, unfortunately, when OKC got changed, the date got changed, it knocked me out from being there because that is the weekend that we are in Gatlinburg with that's our last camping weekend, and Rodney and I are the hosts. So I'm going to put that little heart right there because I think it looks cute. So I will not be in OKC. And then Beth and Randy's, I thought about going to for a minute, but when I knew I was going to be doing pinners, and then I just felt like it was a little cost prohibitive for me. So I decided not to do that one. I'm sure it'll be awesome. Okay, I think we need some more gears on here. We don't have enough gears. That's a cute one. That's more of a 3D one. See what it looks like? I know I'm going to miss all y'all so much. I really will. Miss all the crafters. I can't believe I can't be there. Do I have anything else over here? I just have like chains. What about if I put that in the center of the hat and put the bird on top of it? Right in the center of that gear. Oh, that's cute. Y'all like that? I know. Hey, maybe y'all see in Florida. Because Rodney's territory is Florida. So maybe. I don't know, if we'll necessarily be by you or not. But if we're not too far off, maybe next time I come to Florida with him, I can come by and see you, or we can get together and have dinner or breakfast or coffee or drinks or, just whatever. That would be fun. Yeah, Shelly, y'all come to my house. Absolutely do that. Of course, you're not near Denise either, girl. Let's see if I can get the rest of this little piece off right here. Denise is Florida girl. DeLand, that's right. Okay, I'm going to sit this bird right here. Oh, that is so cute. He's flying out of that gear. Now, I need some little... I can't even see what I'm doing. I need like a little silver gear right there to connect those two pieces together, don't you think? I love these little gears. I'm going to go to some junk store somewhere, and I want to just dig through and find all kinds of steampunk and junk. Still like that name. Ronnie kind of looked at me like I had 4 eyes when I said I wanted to do that. Look. I said, yeah, I know. I don't. Go figure. I don't know why. I just do. I've got it in my mind. I want to do steampunk and junk. So that wouldn't be our, our business name's still going to be Crafting and Cruising, but we would probably use that as like the name of our box that we would sell maybe once a month. Steampunk and junk. How many of y'all think that would fly? Tell me if you think that would really fly with crafters or not. I'll be interested in hearing what you have to say. Do you think crafters would like to have something like a steampunk box? And like I said, we wouldn't just put, oh, that's cute. We wouldn't just put steampunk stuff, because I said steampunk and junk. So we would put like lace, pieces of antique lace, and buttons, and you know, like screws, and I don't know, like I have a couple things inside that were plastic hangers that broke, and I wouldn't throw them away because I thought I could send one of those hangers in one of the boxes, and somebody could create with that. And then antique clothespins like I used the other day. You think so, Denise? I just think that would be a blast. And if we did it like every month and then gave people the option of, you wouldn't necessarily have to be a member is what I'm trying to say. I don't know, y'all. I think this dragonfly is mighty cute. But he may be too big for here. Let's see if I can move him up. Like, no, I don't want that. I don't know. What do y'all think? Does he need to be on here or does he not? Look at that little gear I put around his eye. Do we need the dragonfly? Shelly said yes earlier. She said yes on the dragonfly. Do we need it or do we not? Time to vote, girls. You like it, Denise? You like the dragonfly on there? See, everything else is kind of like not shiny, and that's shiny and has bling, so I didn't know if it really would go with it or not. And I'm just wondering if it's way too big compared to everything else I have on here. Let me get that piece of glue off. Denise, I'm on Craft Around the Clock in the morning, and I have no clue what I'm going to do. I'm doing some frames in both steampunk and vintage. I love these styles, and finding supplies is hard. Lots of running around the shops. I know. Hey, Gail. I know. I totally agree with you. It is very hard. Okay, what about a key? Oh, what about this old key right here at the top of his hat? Oh, that might be fun. Y'all like this old key up here at the top of his hat? Crochet items, oh, buttons, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Snaps, just all kinds of things that you could just sit. And what I thought would be fun, this is what I told Rodney. I said, what would really be fun is to have, only a certain number of boxes that, oh, dadgummit, I pulled the whole thing out of my B7000. What I think would be fun is to, sell the boxes, and then one night just have a get-together on Zoom, or have a live, just do a live, and I would do a box, and then whoever purchased one would do a box. And of course, not everybody's going to make the same thing. We wouldn't have the same items. But wouldn't it be so much fun for all of us just to make something from our steampunk boxes together and then show it to everybody, or maybe have a contest where people could vote, and then I could give like a, you know, $50 Amazon card to the winner or whatever. I just think that would be fun. It would be challenging, but it would be fun. So I don't know, we may try it like for 1 month and just see what happens. And, you know, if it's a flop and people don't like it, then we don't have to do it again. But I really think it would work. Because like Sherry said, so much of that stuff is hard to find and people can't necessarily get out and get it. I could probably go down on Ronnie's brother's farm and find a ton of stuff. Probably just go up in some of the rafters even and find stuff that hadn't been used in years and years and will never be used again. That, you know, we could use with our steampunk. Not to mention the fact that I think when you go to sales or junk stores or whatever, and you just look around, you see all that stuff, and other people wouldn't, you know, they'd probably be looking at you like you had 10 eyes, like, what in the world are you going to do with this stuff? Oh, I just think it'd be fun. And girls, we need fun this day and time. Golly. We need some fun and some things to make us smile and be happy, and that's what crafting does for me. Thank goodness. Okay, I just added a piece of chain down a line that was right there. All right, so let's make a decision. You can't put rope around the edges. You have to put a big metal chain. I know, if I had a big metal chain, I would. I actually may down in my art room. I'd have to dig through my jewelry stuff down there, but that's a good idea. What was I going to say? Okay, so I need y'all to vote yes or no on the dragonfly. Just don't even know how to really lay it down there. Thank you for those hearts. I love it, y'all. Thank you so, so much. I really appreciate it. More than you can know. Yes, definitely, she said, Denise said on the heart. Okay, I need some other people to weigh in. I don't like that down there, but I'm kind of tired of just using gears. Maybe we could layer some gears. Yes, Shelly said no. Joyce said, hey, Joyce. Joyce says no. Joyce knows. Shelly, yes. Denise, yes. I think Gail had already said yes. It kind of looks out of place right there. Like, where do you think I should put it if I use it? I don't really want to put it over his ear because neither of his ears are covered. And this already has a butterfly over here. I could just put like a bee over here. I've got some smaller ones I could get out of my container. Here's the other part of the butterfly wing, but I already covered it up now. It's too big. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too, Joyce. I do think I like this down there. The only other butterfly I think that I have is, unless I have a gold, totally dazzled one, or an antique gold, is a black and white one. I could put this penny in here. Let's put that penny right there. That's cute. Don't ask me where that came from. But that's cute. He's awfully cool, but maybe too big. Yeah, he is cool. I don't think in any of these that I got out that I have to look in another box probably to find a butterfly. These are all keys. Let's see. Pretty sure I don't have a butterfly in here, but let me just double check. Oh, I was going to try to use one of those somewhere. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm going to grab my other jewelry container and see. Won't be in the one with crowns. Won't be in the one with all this big bling in it. Not one in there. It's mostly crystals. Don't need that. No butterfly in there. Don't think there's a butterfly in there. Crosses. All kinds of beads. I'll bring the beads over there and show you all the size of beads I have. And unless I have a butterfly in here, which I think I do. Okay, I have smaller bees. Gale Dobbs, that's a real good idea about the chain. Okay, look, here's a little bee. I could have a bee coming out of one of his horns. Let me look at this one. This is kind of miscellaneous. I think I'd already looked through it today, but let me just make sure there's not another butterfly, because I wasn't specifically looking for a butterfly. I got some, what do you call these things? Got some of those in there. Hey, Susie. How you doing, sis? Got a little puppy dog in here. Nope, I don't have another butterfly. I'm sure I do down in the art room in my humongous box of old costume jewelry, but I don't up here. Let me show you these. These are actually earrings. I bought it like $1. It wasn't a Dollar Tree or anything, but oops, I don't know if one of these would work or not. Let me cut this little back off. See, I've been collecting stuff like this and didn't even know why. Now I know. This is so pretty. Look at this. See the colors? Isn't that pretty? That's too much for here. Okay. So what do you think about the little bee up there? I think we've ruled out the dragonfly. I have some little gears I could put on here somewhere. If we just needed something on there. Help me, help me, help me, help me. Get this little loop off. Put the clock up there somewhere. Or down here somewhere. What is this fun project we're making? We don't know, Susie. It's steampunk. I don't know what's gotten into me, sister. I have no idea. But I have decided that I like, or that I want to do stuff with some steampunk and junk. I want to put some boxes together called Steampunk and Junk and see who would be interested in buying one. And then maybe doing a live together where we all make our own steampunk boxes and see what we come up with. I just think it'd be super fun. But I'm trying to finish this little guy. Help someone get that bee off there so he won't fall off. Isn't that fun? And this is on an old ceiling tile out of a house that my sister-in-law's dad grew up in. And they're metal. And I cut a lot of the extra off and just have it in here. In fact, I could use some of these pieces on something. And I got this paper, decoupaged paper from V-Flex. I'm an affiliate with V-Flex. Thank you, Gail. And so I got the paper there, and I decided I wanted to do something with them tonight. And then I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to get a bunch of stuff out, and then we're all going to decide together what we need to do. See, I have some of these pieces that I cut off that I could add to. In fact, that even looks like a little antler right there where it's got that horn, that side piece cut in it. Of course, I don't have the metal snips up here, but I think I am going to add that right there because it fits perfectly. So why not? I don't ever throw scraps away, y'all, for this very reason. Started to throw them away because I was afraid that they would fall on the floor and the kids would step on them. And then I thought, nah, I'm not going to do that, because as sure as I do that, then I'll decide I want some of this to put on his antlers. And I was right. Just didn't know exactly what it was going to be, but I'm figuring that one out anyway. What are you up to, Susie? I've never done anything steampunky either, sister. I have not. What in the world has gotten into me? I do not know. Can't say midlife crisis because I'm way past that. Maybe elderly life crisis. I don't know. I have not either. I just have this vision in my mind of sending out some boxes of some steampunk style stuff and getting people to come on either a live with me or a Zoom call with me once they get their boxes. And then, you know, everybody doing something together. I just think it'd be fun. Thank you for the stars, whoever sent it. I appreciate you. So, I don't know. Ronnie and I were kind of tossing around some ideas of things to make. He has some ideas of things he would love to make and try to sell, like kits. And, but most of what he's talking about, I just don't see a lot of people really, I don't see a market for it. And I may be wrong. Maybe there would be. But to me, it would be fun, wouldn't it? To me, it just doesn't, right now, it's not sounding like something that I think a lot of people would want to buy. So then we start talking about, you know, what else could we do? And I had been telling him for a long time that when we went thrifting and stuff, I wanted us to start looking for, you know, how you can sometimes just find boxes of junk. Old buttons, zippers, spools, empty spools of thread, or even, you know, filled up spools of thread for that matter. And I said, I want us just to look for stuff like that and just start gathering it up and putting it like in a big container. Old pieces of lace, you know, old fabric pieces. I said, I want us to start looking for stuff like that and then putting them in a big container. And then when we get enough stuff, try to sell a few boxes and see how it goes. And if it goes, then we could do it again. And if it doesn't go and people aren't interested, then we'll know, no, that idea doesn't work. But it would be something, this is not laying flat, something different from what I think a lot of other crafters are doing. And that's what I wanted. I didn't want to do something that everybody else was doing. Maria likes steampunk, she does. So I just came up with this name, Steampunk and Junk. And I thought that's what we could name the boxes, Steampunk and Junk. And then, you know, we could say, okay, we've got, you know, 30 boxes for sale. And then if people wanted to come on and do it with us, they could. If they didn't want to, that'd be fine too. But I just think it would be a fun way to kind of engage people in something different. And maybe, you know, something that our followers would like to at least try. And then if they try it and they go, nah, that's just not me, great, you know. But you don't know about stuff like this until you try. And so I don't know. I mean, you know, maybe God planted that seed in my mind. I don't know. It just, it was so weird because I am not normally a steampunk kind of girl. That would have been like the furthest thing that I would have ever thought that I would have an interest in and saying, let's put together boxes like that. That's just not who I am. And so then, but I just couldn't get it out of my mind. And when I mentioned it to Rodney, he was like, really? And I said, yeah, I don't know why. I just have it in my mind. And so, I mean, he's never going to, you know, poo-poo any idea I have. He's just that kind of guy. If do y'all remember the wood cross? No, not the wood cross. The wood heart that he made on here one night, or showed y'all on here one night. I'm having people over tomorrow for lunch, so I've been sitting out in my backyard and cooking all day. Good for you, girl. It was made out of the cedar wood that he got from his brother's farm, and it was really thick, and it was like two pieces of a heart that were laced together with a leather ribbon. And then he's made this Christmas tree thing out of wood that's not really a Christmas tree shape. Well, it's a triangle shape. And he thought about putting some of those together in a box with a single ornament that you hang, like right in the center, and seeing if anybody would be interested in those. There's not a lot to make in it. Like, you know, there's really not a lot of creating, unless you wanted to take that real pretty piece of cedar wood. I guess you could take the wood and you could decoupage it or paint it or whatever, but I don't think most people would want to do that. So, you know, he's got some good ideas. I just don't know how that would work for the masses, is what I'm trying to tell him. And so I'm trying to think of what other crafters might be interested in having that the normal crafter wouldn't just necessarily have laying around. I mean, we've probably all got one of those junk drawers, you know, where you can look in there and find all kinds of junk. And some of that could be used too. I mean, you know, old keys. I've got a ton of old keys. I've got them out here on the bus to craft with because I love them. Jennifer with Home Sweet Create, that's her signature, is a key on her pieces. And so I love it. I think it's so cool. But I just feel like we all have stuff that we, you know, we throw away and we think, I'm never going to use this. Why in the world do I have this in this junk drawer? I'm going to throw it away. And then all of a sudden an idea hits you, or you need that, whatever it was, that paper clip or whatever, and you think, oh, why did I throw that thing away? I should have hung on to it. So, I don't know. I'm just thinking doing something fun like that might be worth a try. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, no harm, no foul. This isn't working. So, I may have to redesign it a little bit. But I think it's fun to take all these scraps and instead of throwing them away, make something out of them. And I'm not a big recycler. I know I should be. I'm not. I don't have time for all that. So, I just don't do it. But to recycle craft stuff is a whole different thing. Would you agree? Okay, I'm going to get this piece down one way or t'other. And what I was going to do, for those of you all who may not have been on here long, I was going to put a thick rope around the edge so that it wouldn't hurt anybody if they came in contact with it. And then Gail Dobbs said, Lisa, you can't use a thick rope. You have to use a heavy chain. What a great idea. And I think I'll probably have some kind of chain. I may have to, you know, piece pieces together, but I think I've got some down in my art room. I just don't have it up here with me tonight. So I can't do that tonight, but I think that's a great idea. It's definitely more steampunk-ish. And this little key is not wanting to stay on either, so I'm going to put a little bit more hot melt glue under that. See if I can make it stay down. You know why? Because it's not flat right there. That's why it's not staying. Okay, so what else can I put up here since I don't have another butterfly? I've got an angel. Could hang an angel off his antlers. Change it is a great idea. What about if we put that little angel right there? Kind of opposite the butterfly. What do y'all think about that? You like the angel up there or not? She right here. Can you see it? I like it. You like the angel up there, Susie? Thank you for answering. I hear little footsteps coming in here. I think she's got her project finished. Did you finish it?
But the glue's not dry yet.
It's not dry yet?
Yeah, but I just want
to see it. Love. Okay, would you please go? You have got enough glue in there, girl. Would you please go blow your nose, and then I'll let you show people.
Okay.
Blow it really well.
What tissue?
You can get some out of the bathroom.
Okay. Does it smell in here?
Yeah, it does. She wants to show y'all what she did.
Mommy, where's the light? I can't turn the light on.
Just open the cabinet door and you can get some tissue. That's cute right there. I'm going to put a little gear over it since it doesn't quite come up to the...
Wasn't there one right here?
Huh?
Wasn't there one right here? Oh, I see.
If y'all didn't get on my page and see the little dollhouse she made yesterday, yes I am. I want you to... when we get off, go look at that because it's really cute.
But Macy, broke it. But she didn't like break it, like the stuff is still in there. She just kind of like ripped the plastic part over it. She just kind of like ripped it.
Oh, well,
So it didn't really break.
I'm going to put that little bee right there. I keep wanting that bee. We can put some more plastic over it, probably.
Yeah, I think Yaya said she was going to tape it for me.
Okay. Did Yaya fixing dinner yet?
No.
Okay.
I think she's just fixing her makeup, her stuff, but not like all of us.
Okay, once you get your nose blown, you can come over here and shower. Ooh, that's a good one.
Sometimes when I blow, my ears like
Pop. No.
And not like that.
I don't like that either. Very aggravating. Y'all,
Yeah.
I have hot melt glue and I have this B7000 everywhere. Oh, I'd give anything if Rodney could come up with a stringless hot melt glue. Oh, Miss Denise said, so clever, she saw what you did.
Oh,
She's only 5 years old, Denise, and she came up with that idea by herself. I was so impressed. She's got white paint, blue paint, probably glue all over her.
Yeah, because when you make crafts, you might get dirty.
That's right. You might get dirty when you make crafts. That's just
And I did not even put an apron on like I should.
Well, I don't think you got any on your clothes, which is really good. Okay, let me show them this.
But definitely on my arm. And my leg.
Yeah, that's okay. You're going to take a bath tonight, so it doesn't matter. Or shower. Okay,
Yeah.
So here, well, you know what? I had not glued her down. Let's glue her down. I forgot all about gluing her down. Okay, hold on, Bree, and then you can show them. Let me hold her here for just a minute so she'll stick. You saw it, Gail? I mean, Joyce. Wasn't it cute?
I'm going to try to wipe the extra glue off.
We'll have to get some paper towel.
I see some right here.
Yeah, you can get that. Okay, y'all, this is... I'm going to have to put a lot of glue on this, I think. Can you reach them?
I know how I can.
Don't drag that over there. I'll get you some. In fact, I thought, just use that towel right there. No, don't use that towel. Hold on, y'all. Let me get her some paper towels to wipe the extra glue off before she shows you. Now, does this one glow in the dark?
Let's see.
Does it have glow in the dark paint on it?
I was, but there's barely any left, so.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm going to have to rip a little piece off. Oh, I didn't see these napkins. I could just use those.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. You're good. Okay, now, let's see if we can.
Oh, no! Don't tip over. Stay. There, that's much better.
Do y'all think that's enough on here, or should I add anything else? More gears, more keys? Or should we? I've got to get another little hook that goes on the end of a chain to put over here on his nostril, but I need a little one. So I need to do that. Love it, Susie says. Good, Susie. I'm so glad.
Thank you, Susie.
And she's talking about mine.
Oh.
You want to show her yours now?
No, not yet. I still need to wipe some glue off.
Okay, you don't have to get it all off because it's going to dry clear since it's regular glue. Okay.
Yeah, but I just want to clean it just a little because I want it to look clean, kind of.
Yep, a big old thick chain around here would be really good. Okay, finish up. They're waiting to see it.
Okay, I think it's ready.
I'm gonna put this little jewel right in here. You think it's good enough to show?
Yep.
Okay. My finger won't do what they used to do, y'all. Okay.
Hopefully none of the things like fall off.
Okay, let me set this to the side so you can come over here
With it?
and show them what you did.
I'm going really slowly, so.
Okay, I'll hold it and then you lean in here so they can see you. Okay, sit on my lap.
Okay. My mom didn't want me.
I know, just do it for a second. Okay, tell them what it is. Hold on.
It's like,
tilt it back.
it's a picture. It's a cardboard box. And I made a picture of when it's Christmas. There are the little presents and the Christmas tree. I used an old bottle. And I used it and I painted it green, like a bluish green color. And I made it look like a Christmas tree, and I couldn't find anything else to make it look, because it was really empty, because it just had the tree. So I was thinking to make a chairs, and that's the TV, and I was thinking to make paper chairs. So I cut out a circle, then I folded it into like a taco shape, and then I get some of those like
chenille sticks or pipe cleaners.
And I rolled them up and stuff, and then I like glued them on. I didn't like glue them on because they already came off, but it's like for pillows, and that's the same thing on the other side.
That is so, and you put handles on top.
Yeah.
So impressed. How about I'll take a picture of this and post it. Let me read you the comments people have made, okay?
Oh no, the tree.
People have said, let's see. Susie Zane said, so creative, sweetie. Joyce Haas said, awesome job. And Gail Dodd said, oh, girl, you did great, and you're a cutie patootie. What do you say?
Thank you, everybody. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Okay, you guys, let me tilt you back up. I think we're about done here. I'll try to find a chain to put on it before I take pictures of it, and if I do, then I can post the pictures. A little bit crooked. Thank you all for coming on and being here to support me. And if you have prayer requests, you can DM me, or you can send it to an email to craftandcruise@gmail.com. Spell out and. Gail Dobbs says smoochies. And then Susie said, OMG, she's adorable. Thank you. I think so. I'm partial. And I'll be on tomorrow on Craft Around the Clock, 9 o'clock. I'm pretty sure, I don't have my calendar out here, but I'm pretty sure it's 9 o'clock. It'll stream from my page. So can't tell you what I'm going to do because I have no clue. But I'll figure out something. And I just appreciate y'all being here. Make sure you're a member of my Telegram. And I'm going to let y'all go, and I'll see you tomorrow. Love ya. Bye. AM, yes.